Hey, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Blake.
And we're Blamey.
I guess so. I got it that time. Today, we're talking about the books that we got for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was a success.
Pretty much.
So what did we start to? We just show? How about we show just the back of them? So we can be like that cool unhaul video where like, look at all these that we have that we'll be going through. Oh, no, it gives it away with all those.
Yeah, kind of. Just three of them.
So yeah, we got a few books. I would say that this is the majority of our Christmas were books, and so we're really excited to go through them. It's kind of interesting because we have books that we want to read that we purchased, and there's also books that we've already read or listened to or otherwise that we didn't own, and we purchased some of those. So we'll talk about a few of those as well.
Yeah.
Want to start us off?
Yes. This is Skyward by Brent and Sanderson. This is one I listened to earlier this month, and I loved it, and I'm excited to own it now.
Yep, it was excellent.
I imagine, do we need to go fast here?
Probably, because we have quite a few of these.
Yeah.
So, next. Okay. So my first one up here is Summer Night. It's Jim Butcher. I believe this is the fourth in the Dresden series. Loved all the Dresden ones so far. Really excited about this one.
Awesome. The rest of these I have not read of my list. Leigh Bardugo's Shadow and Bone series. I still have not read this, but I am currently reading...
This is the one that has a Netflix series with it,
yeah,
right? Got it.
Which I need to read all these before I watch that. But I am currently reading Her Six of Crows, and I'm excited. Like, I like the world. I like the Grishaverse. I like it.
Grishaverse is what it's called?
Grishaverse. Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Same magic systems in both.
Interesting. So this is Wizard's First Rule. It's Terry Goodkind. It's the first in his Seeker of Truth series. I've read this a long time ago. Terry Goodkind is a little problematic in certain respects and certain things as you get far into it, but I thought the first book is worth owning because I actually did like the Wizard's First Rule quite a bit.
You're moving the table so much.
Sorry.
The Seven Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo. Probably my most anticipated read because everybody loves this book.
So does she kill her husband?
Couldn't tell you.
All right, well, let me know.
Okay.
So Dune, love Dune, read Dune. Didn't have a copy of Dune.
Did you listen to Dune?
Well, I did most recently listen to Dune.
Okay.
So I read Dune in high school.
Oh.
And I listened to it. I will admit that I didn't get a ton out of Dune in high school. Dune is a slow burn of a book. Anyways, but it's good. It's really good.
Fable, which I really love this cover because once you get the second one, it's the other half of her face. Anyway, I've heard...
What happens if it's not good? Then you just have half of someone's face.
I'll buy the second one. I need to own them all.
Yeah, there's another video on that somewhere. You can get it. This is Malice. I listened to this. It was excellent. I haven't started the second one, which I think is Valor or Wrath. I don't remember. But I just buy this in the first one. I realized I wanted to own it. Really good. Really, really good.
The House in the Cerulean Sea. Still haven't read this one either. I feel like it's pretty popular amongst all platforms. I haven't really talked to anyone in real life that's read it, though. Like
on BookTube, Book Talk.
And Goodreads.
Book. Is there Book for Facebook? Book.
That's a good one.
Book. So this is Gideon. I have heard lots of things about Gideon the Ninth. Mainly that it's lesbian necromancers, which will be a very interesting
Read that bottom line.
The lesbian necromancers explore a haunted Gothic palace in space. Honestly, it's not something I would pick up and be like, yes, I want to read this book. But I've heard great things from people about it. I've also heard it's just one of those books you kind of want to read to flesh out the fantasy genre because lots of people love it. Who knows if I like it or not, but it'll be interesting.
I don't know this one. A Wizard
I got this for her.
Earthsea.
Right. So I think she'll really like this because she loves Harry Potter and things in that vein.
It's
and it falls squarely
middle
in there.
grade, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's small. I bet I'll finish this quick, but I'm excited.
Speaking of books that I've heard are excellent, I picked up Jade City. Every person I've heard talk about this series raves about it, so I'm really excited to jump into it. And
raves about the second one, even not necessarily this one.
I've heard the third one. I think just came out. Third and final just came out a few months ago.
Cool.
Anyways, so really excited about it. As far as I understand, it's basically like a Godfather-ish fantasy plot. So kind of mafia type fantasy plot.
Cool. I'm glad you got that because it was on my list and
There's
it worked out great.
not a lot of yours that are on my list, unfortunately.
This one I'm not sure how I got. Shatter Me. I imagine it's like a just candy book. I don't think I've heard fantastic things about
The
it.
moon understands it's meant to be human, uncertain alone, cratered by imperfections.
All right, so I'm not expecting this to be a fantastic book, but I think I'll enjoy it.
I wish you'll love it. That's just how it's gonna be. Alright, this is The Shadow of the Gods. This is John Glenn. John Gwynne. He did Malice, loved Malice. We're going to finish that series, but this is his new one, and I've heard it is incredible. So, really excited to jump into there.
The Princess Academy is the oldest book on my want-to-read list. It's been on my want-to-read list since like 2013 or something crazy when I entered Goodreads. I love it. I love this author. Very much middle grade. I'm just excited for this one.
I just love that, like, you have a middle grade thing and I'm pulling out a brick, like a Bible. So this is, whatever the title of this is, The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. So I've heard Brent Weeks is awesome. This is the first in the Lightbringer series, which I'm excited to read. I've heard really good reviews from it, and I'm always excited about starting a new series.
The Night Circus, which is a very anticipated read because I've heard really good things from one person, and
Wait, it wasn't the person that you met at a wedding that told you a bunch of books.
This is
and you
my
read them all and
actual
hated them
friend
all.
who reads all the same books that I read.
Oh,
so
okay.
I trust her judgment. It's a heavy book. Anyway, I'm excited to read this one.
Awesome. So which one of them are you most excited to read?
This hits high. Evelyn Hugo, the husband's one, is high because that just everyone loves that. Gosh, I don't know how to decide that.
It's a hard one.
Probably one of those two, actually.
I think most excited for Shadow of the Gods.
That cover's sweet.
Yeah, it is an amazing cover. But it just feels epic fantasy is kind of my jam, and that dragon's about to eat that dude. So, and it's got a sword and a shield. So I'm sold there. And I know that it's got really high price, and it's a series, and the world building that's done in his other books are really, really good. The Faithful and the Fallen series. They're not the best fantasy that I've ever read, but they are squarely in the fantasy that I like the most, if that makes sense. So for other people, I could see people liking other things, but it just hits really hard in the areas that I love.
So I wonder, I took off Jim Butcher's Summer Night off of your nightstand for this video.
Yes.
Meaning you've already started it. Why did you start that one before you started Jim?
So first of all, I'm not going to read this one until I finish the Faithful and the Fallen series.
Oh, the Mouse.
But I don't have the Faithful and the Fallen book 2 except on Audible, and it's 60 hours long. So I'm meaning to do it, and I'll jump into it. But during the break of Christmas break, I figured I'd hurry and read, maybe today or tomorrow, finish Summer Night, and move on there.
Gotcha.
So that was kind of my thought process.
That makes sense.
What of your books would you like me to read? Shatter Me. The Moon.
No.
And it's
maybe Night
crevices.
Circus. Gosh, I need to bring these up here. I think this one.
The House of the Cerulean Sea.
I think so.
Okay.
And
Sure.
maybe Leigh Bardugo's. Well.
Oh yeah, I'll read those.
Okay.
I didn't mind. Six Crows was good. It was. I think one of my problems is I compare it a lot to Liza Lockmore, and Liza Lockmore is just a much better version of that.
Yeah.
I also enjoy fantasy that's in a fantasy world, not fantasy in a modern world. If that makes any sense.
I think this is...
Guns and things are not my jam most of the time, with the one exception of I love the Alloy of Law, Wax and Wayne, Brent Sanderson series. That one does it well. But most of the time, as soon as you bring guns in, I'm just not as interested. So
Interesting.
it will be interesting to see how I like them.
What about yours? Any of yours you want me to read?
Well, Jade City, I know you're going to want to
Yeah,
read.
I will.
Dune, I think, would be one that would be a worthwhile one to read. And like I think you'd enjoy Malice. I think Malice may just be too slow and too like I don't know. Do you enjoy the fantasy and the politics and the world building and all those things? Like, I don't know if you do as much.
Yeah, I don't know. If I do.
Right. So I don't know if I'd have you go with any of those two. So right now, the only ones I can say that I'm really excited are probably Jade City and Dune.
Makes sense.
Okay. Well, are there any of our books that you'd be excited to read? Please, leave a comment and let us know. If you're Sadie, tell us about it. Although I think Sadie actually watches these anymore after we spoiled Wheel of Time for her.
We lost a subscriber.
Sorry, Sadie. You're the one subscriber. Spoiler warning, Rand is the...
Don't tell people
okay.
that.
Okay, anyways. All right, well, like and subscribe. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.